Okay. Now, we need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right. Just different blend. You need the ladies. You need the booze.
You need some water.
For watering plants?
No. No. I don't know if guys have noticed this. Like a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, you know. So you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Got to keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
Rock with me, but just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, you know, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting. What are you doing?
Depends on the way you look at it.
Depends. Oh, people start getting it gets kind of sexy. Is that what?
The church and the spirit of Mammon. P. Diddy, the church, and the spirit of Mammon. I tried to do this video some time ago, but Facebook has been trying to act real wonky lately. So do me a favor, go ahead and share while this video is still up. P. Diddy, the church, and the spirit of Mammon. First of all, I want to say this, and I want to be very clear in what I'm saying. Because oftentimes when you make commentary about celebrities or people of influence or affluence, there's this tone that we often see where we're sort of trivializing what happens to people in the limelight. As a person of influence, that's not what I'm seeking to do here. I also want to state that we have to allow the judicial process to run its course and to allow things that have been accused to actually be substantiated through the court system. You know, I don't think that it's okay or biblical for us to try people in the court of public opinion. So when all the facts come out and all the allegations are dealt with in court, and everything is brought to light through the judicial process, then I think people will have more leeway to speak on this. So I just wanted to give that little disclaimer. This is not me trying to condemn P. Diddy, nor is it an attempt to ignore or make light of what he's being accused of. But I do believe that this is yet another harbinger that we can look at and we can glean from as it relates to the church. I want you to share this with everybody you know, because I'm going to really go in on this video. P. Diddy, the church, and the spirit of Mammon. As many of you know, Puff Daddy, I did another viral video, has over 1 million views, about the raid on his property and what that represents. And I said that in many ways the church has been raided, that the enemy is looking for contraband in the church in order to build a legal case in the courtroom of heaven against the body of Christ. You know, one of the names for the devil is adversary, or the Greek word antidikos. It means one that brings a legal allegation or a lawsuit or a legal accusation against someone. Another way of putting it is a litigant, somebody who is litigious or a professional litigator that builds their life or builds their career on accusing. And so in the previous video I talked about how, you know, from a prophetic standpoint, it's like contraband has been found in the church, and we're seeing stuff in the church world. We're seeing people be exposed. We're seeing people who have had long-standing ministries, long-standing preaching careers, notice I said careers, sort of toppling. Now, what does this have to do with everything we're seeing with P. Diddy, and how is there any correlation with the church? As I've told you before, P. Diddy represents the pinnacle in many ways of media, of entertainment. You know, somebody who has built their brand as a mogul, a gatekeeper, in the music industry. You know, everything and anything black entertainment, and not just black entertainment, but entertainment period, has in some way been touched by P. Diddy. A lot of people don't realize that not only was he the owner, the CEO of Bad Boy Records, but he had joint ventures with major record labels. And not only that, he had joint ventures with liquor companies, joint ventures with media companies. Revolt was owned by P. Diddy, a major entertainment distributor, especially in the black community. So this man was a captain of his industry, and yet now he is being totally humiliated in the media. Memes have been made about him. You know, they allegedly confiscated 1,000 bottles of baby oil. He has been arrested by federal agents in New York, and now they are bringing sex trafficking charges against him. And one of the things I think that stands out with all of this, and what we need to really look at.
Hey guys, I welcome you back on here. If you're new, consider subscribing, liking, and also share this video. So we've seen Dr. Kynan coming out, to give his thoughts on the recent allegations, the arrest, there's so many charges that have been brought to the mogul, that is Sean Puffy Diddy, Sean Combs Diddy. And the situation, of course, we all know it's not looking good for him. And he has been giving his own thoughts in relation to the church, to the Christians, and how they can learn and pick up a few things from his situation. But of course, for me, I'll go a little bit away from what he has been saying. I'm very much concerned with Diddy's situation, man. To be in an area, to be in a position where you're only getting 3 showers a day, you're only getting 1 hour of recreation, and on top of it all, I'm very much concerned about his own family, the children, their mental health, their state in this moment in time, because having a dad, having someone who is very close to you to be in such a situation, man, it's really very alarming. We are seeing reports, I think yesterday TMZ talked about it, that he was under the watch so that he doesn't do the unthinkable in that prison where he is. And according to reports, they are saying that he's locked up in a special housing unit of a notoriously tough jail. And reports are saying that his children are really concerned, but of course also Diddy is concerned about the well-being of his own children. We all know Diddy has, I think, 7 children: Quincy, Justin, Christian, King Charles, then the twins D'Lila and Jessie, and the 2-year-old Love. While Quincy, who Diddy adopted during his relationship with the late Kim Porter, Justin, Christian, and Chance are all legal adults, and the D'Lila, Jessie, and Love are still just kids. So Diddy has always been, vocal about his children, and right now he has remained close to their mothers in the best interest of those little ones. So, man, it's really very tough. You can read what this case is about. Like, when you go deep into the details, it's really one of those cases you cannot just joke around with. Obviously, his legal team, they are saying that they are doing really a lot to make things go right. They said they are going to fight until the last person, until the very end of the case, and they are really very, very passionate. Early on, his bail had been denied. Was denied by the courts of law, and man, it's really tough. It's really, really very tough. But of course, we're praying for him, and obviously, we don't support the idea of him doing whatever he did. But of course, he has not been charged yet. Obviously, we cannot preempt the case. Let us just remain optimistic that he will come out well, and obviously those he harmed are also in a very, very good state.